Hey there and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something that might sound a little high-tech, but is actually wonderfully simple: how to talk to artificial intelligence. Let's get right into it.
Seriously, have you ever wished you had someone who could help you draft an email, plan a quick trip, or just answer one of those random questions that pops into your head? Well, that's exactly what AI can be. Forget all the complicated techie stuff for a minute and just think of it as a helpful tool that's ready to go to work for you.
So, first things first, let's meet this new assistant. We're going to pull back the curtain and talk about what AI really is, and you'll see just how simple it can be.
This is probably the best way to think about it. Imagine a librarian who has read nearly every single book and every website in the entire world. You can ask them anything, and they can find and summarize all of that information for you in just a few seconds. That right there is pretty much what an AI does.
Okay, so how do you actually talk to this super librarian? You use something called a prompt, and that's just a fancy word for the question or the instruction you give it. That's all. If the AI is the librarian, the prompt is simply you walking up to the reference desk and asking for help. See? Easy, right?
Now, just like talking with a real person, there is a secret to having a really good conversation with an AI, one that gets you exactly what you need. And it all comes down to one golden rule.
And here it is. Be clear, be specific, and you know what? It even helps to be polite. The most important thing to remember is this: the more detail and context you give, the better the answer is going to be. It's a simple rule. Vague questions get you vague answers.
But hey, talk is cheap, so let's actually see this golden rule in action. I'm going to show you a perfect example of how just a few extra words can turn a vague prompt into a really valuable one.
So, take a look at this. On one side, you have the prompt cookie recipe. It's okay, but the AI has to guess what kind of cookies you want. The results could be literally anything. But now, look at the prompt on the right. It's so much better. It asks for a simple recipe for chewy chocolate chip cookies and adds that it's for a beginner baker. See? It gives the AI all the context it needs to find the perfect recipe on the very first try. That's the power of being specific.
All right, now that we know the secret to a good conversation, let's actually put our new assistant to work. Here are 3 super practical ways you can start using AI today. First up, the email helper. Come on, how many times have you stared at a blank screen just trying to find the right words? AI can take all of that stress away and help you write great emails in just a few seconds. This is a perfect example. Notice how it includes who the email is for: my grandson Ben. It sets the tone, friendly. It gives the key info, his visit next Saturday, and it even adds a direct question to include. When you give it all this context, you get a much better starting point for your email. Now, AI is great for more than just writing. It can also be an incredible resource for learning. So whether you already have a favorite hobby or you want to pick up a new one, you can use it to dive way deeper into your interests.
This is a really effective prompt, and it's because it's so direct. By asking for 5 easy tips, you're telling the AI exactly how you want the information structured. This way, you'll get a clean, numbered list that's super easy to read and use, instead of some long, dense paragraph. And for our last task, let's plan a day out. Instead of spending hours and hours searching online, you can have your AI assistant create a custom itinerary just for you.
What makes this prompt so great is that it uses constraints. Words like relaxing and doesn't require a lot of walking are absolutely crucial details. They help the AI filter through thousands and thousands of options to find the ones that are perfectly tailored to what you actually need.
Okay, before we wrap this up, let's go over a few quick power-up tips and, more importantly, some really important safety rules to keep in mind when you start your AI conversations. 2 great tips here. First, remember you're in control of how you get the information. If you want a bulleted list, just ask for one. And second, remember that a conversation with an AI isn't a one-and-done thing. If you don't like the first response, just tell it what to change. You can say things like, make it shorter, or can you make that sound more cheerful, or even, explain that like I'm 10 years old. You just keep refining it until it's perfect. Now, this is probably the most crucial point of this whole thing. You absolutely must never share sensitive personal information with an AI. I'm talking no social security numbers, no bank details, no passwords, ever. And it's also really important to remember that AI isn't perfect. It can make mistakes. So always double-check important information, like dates, addresses, or especially any medical advice with a source you trust.
Here's a really simple way to remember that safety rule. Just treat every single conversation you have with an AI as if you were writing it on a public postcard. If you wouldn't want a complete stranger reading it, then just don't type it into the AI.
And just like that, you have the key to unlocking a powerful new assistant. You know what it is, you know how to talk to it, and you know how to stay safe. The only thing left to do now is to start the conversation. So, what are you going to ask first?